Today we are working on something a little different. We're taking a break from what I've been working on. Somewhere in here is an orange cat. I'm just checking to see where he is because he's not the one who does the ambush surprise. That would be Jam, who I'm working. All of a sudden Jam is in front of me knocking everything out of the way because he wants the spot where I'm at. I should be paying attention to Jam, not what I'm doing. He's just like a woman, although it's a male cat. But anyhow, I digress. What we're here to work on today is this thing. This is a scale model of the vacuum Raptor engine that SpaceX uses on Starship. I'm going to put it together. It shouldn't take me too long, although there are about 10 or 15 pieces. They are printed in color. There won't be any painting, but I've always wanted this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing it together. I have not glued this black piece to the silver piece yet, but it fits pretty good. And it don't want to come off. And I know I didn't glue it. I can feel that I didn't glue it. Okay. Oh, I see why. Oh, there it went. I don't like the snapping. Snapping means it might break. Okay. I'm going to move the camera so you all can see what I'm doing. I'm going to start putting things together. Don't ask me to print one for you. I won't. Because the author of the model sells these things on Etsy. I'll put a link to their the model in case anyone has their own printer and wants to print one. They don't mind you printing one. They don't want you selling a printed one. They want to sell the printed model, which is very nice of them to put this thing available for me to print because a lot of places won't do that. Okay, so let me start gluing things together. The first thing is to put this onto this, and let's move the camera. Okay, apparently it recorded my moving the camera. I can edit that out. I'm getting really good with that editor. Putting up an awful lot of videos these days. Let me put some glue on this rim because it sits in here, and it sits in here pretty tight, as you noticed a little while ago. That is one of the things that worries me about this model. If everything fits together real tightly, I might have to reprint it. I cannot reprint the silver. I am out of it. So if I break something, if there's no fixing this, there's no going back, I can order more. It wasn't that expensive, but I ordered 2 spools. One spool was perfect, printed well, no trouble. The other spool was tangled. What I mean by tangled is when you're printing, you don't want to sit there and watch the printer 24 hours a day for it to stop printing. Old printers, if they stopped, the model was ruined. There was nothing you could do to correct that. Modern printers, they will stop and pause and give you an alert message saying, hey, something's wrong, come fix me. But, oh, I did break it. I did break this black piece. Yep, there it went. And I can probably glue and fix that. I broke this part right here. Okay. Let me get this on here. I figured that snap was something not good. Okay. Let me get this on here. Do you go this way? Nope, you go this way. No! I hate working with super glue and doing that because it means the glue is getting where I don't want it to get. This is not the correct way. I knew it wasn't. This will be the correct way. Let me grab hold of this thing here. Is this the correct orientation? Yes. This is the correct orientation. I had it on there. I should just weaseled some glue in. There we go. Now we got the correct orientation. The part that's broken, I'll show you that in a minute, and I'm going to rotate it just a little bit because I want to put some glue in a couple of places. I need to put some glue here. And this bottle of glue is near drying out in the tip, and I'm going to have to cut the tip off, which is not fun. Okay, the launch tower for Starship, wow, that is a beast. I've almost used a whole bottle, big bottle of super glue, putting that thing together. Let me get the part that fell on the floor, because of course it goes on the floor, but it's black, so it's easy to find on this floor, and my chair is not very fun. Let's turn this around. You can see the broken spot right there. Now, hopefully, and I think I can get this to work. Might have to use a clamp, and I'm going to have to hold it for a little bit. I don't want to get a pin out, but if I have to pin it, I will. I'm having to pin part of that. I can reprint the black part. Probably should have. It's just taken an hour to print this thing. And, you know, my kids are past the age of grabbing absolutely everything when they see it. So if I put this on here and I'm careful, I will be okay with it. And I'm not being careful right now. I'm getting old. And my dexterity is failing in a lot of ways. Yep, I can see my dexterity is failing on this piece. There it goes. There it goes, right there. There it went. All right, so we can see it. Let me turn it where you all can see it. We can see it. It went together pretty good. And as long as I don't disturb that too much, that should be fine. Okay? Now, I got the directions out for building the top of this thing. They're printed here, okay? And I don't like the camera angle I have right now. Let's see if this helps. Nope, wrong direction. That helps a little bit. So, let me turn the, no, I'm gonna leave things alone. I'm gonna quit being a crazy person. Let me get the parts out that it shows. The parts are sitting next to me on the chair over here. Open this up. I gotta find them. Looks, yep, this is that part. Right there. Is that part? I don't know, it's missing some pieces. This thing was a small nightmare to print because of all these pipes, and these pipes really, really did not want to print well. Okay, here is another part. I'm going to figure out what that is. This will be the top part shown in the thing. And most of the parts I'm pulling out, wow, that printed in 2 colors. Most of the parts I'm printing out right now, because I printed in 3. I did print some of these in color. Okay. And here's various plugs. That's definitely not shown yet, and that still has some pieces to remove. This is not shown. We do have plugs being shown. I'm going to set things over here where I can get to them. There's another plug. A lot of little pieces to this thing. I'm going to set them up here so I can see them. And some of the pieces are just support tree pieces that have come apart. And I tried to print this thing like 4 times before I got it to print. Mainly because some of the pipes are just so fragile that they wanted to break every single time I'd print them. Okay, I got all the plugs and everything laid out. I can see everything now. You all can't see everything, but I can see everything. It looks to me like this is not the first page. So let me go through these pages and see if I can figure out what the first page is. That's definitely not the first page. Definitely not the first page. This is not the first page. So maybe this is the first page and I have to try to figure out what is what. Now, I'm not sure about which part is which. I'm pretty sure this part is this part right here. Yes. And it looks like it's going to go on another piece because there's pipes going everywhere and I don't know what piece that would be. Okay? And I'm looking for that piece. Maybe I'm missing a piece, which would be fun. Yeah, it will. Well, this definitely goes onto there. This definitely goes onto there. It's just a matter of getting it aligned correctly. And there's two pins. So I can get the pins. I'm apparently missing a printout. So we can get the pins. And let's make sure they are working on both ends of this thing. They are going in here. One of the problems with 3D printed models is tolerances can vary by model designer. And you got some bad tolerances. You are not putting the thing together quickly or correctly without getting out a major sanding thing like I'm doing with that launch tower downstairs. Yeah, it goes on there like that. Okay. Now, it makes me feel like these pipes are broken or short because what pipes I'm talking about are these two over here, because they are not coming up to this. And it looks like they should be coming up taller. And if that's the case, I just ruined this thing. But look, if you look at the surfaces here, no, those pipes stop there for some reason, and I have to figure out why those pipes stop. Is there an extension piece that goes on here I'm missing? What? So I'm probably going to have to go downstairs, take a look at the model. Hopefully I didn't screw up and break this thing or misprint it or something, which is entirely possible that I did. I've not glued this on yet, so this is good. It looks like this keys into, no, this can't key into this part next. Okay, I see what keys next. This keys in like this. I'm gonna have to move the camera. Y'all can't really see what I'm doing. This is worthless video. I'm just gonna stop and come back once I have everything sorted.